DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat.
Welcome back to another glorious episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon, and let's say hello to our other Vixens, shall we? First up, we've got Jen, the TheJuiceFairy. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, hello. And we've got Rin. Hi, Rin.
Hi.
Hello. And last but not least, we've got the lovely Lumi.
Hi.
Hi, and we got some boys on with us today because it's the review show. First up is a brand new guest judge, is Foment, aka Jesse. How you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on. We're glad to have you. And of course, we have EyeMSam.
Hey, ladies, how's it going?
Hey, Sam. And last but not least, we've welcomed back Fresh03. How you doing, Fresh?
Fantastic. How's yous doing, Emily?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're glad to have you.
Always a pleasure.
All right, so it's peer review time. And everybody, all the judges, the boys, they've each picked out one mix from each of us that they tried. And they will be letting us know what they think. This is my favorite time of or type of show because I like it, it's forced feedback. Basically, we hold you guys hostage and make you tell us what you think.
Are we really holding them hostage?
I don't think so.
I think we're fishing them in monthly. We're like,
oh, my arm.
Blink
tell
3
us what you think.
times if you're being held against your will. How was everyone's weekend?
Good. I've had a good weekend. I've had a pretty chill weekend. Doing what I've been doing for a little while. I've been on a freaking kick of painting since December.
I see that. You're on a flower kick, man.
I know. It must be a spring thing. I've never gotten into flowers like this before, but right now that's all I'm doing.
Each painting is so different from the last, and they're all really cool.
There's a very different one coming up, an experimental flower I've never painted before that is hopefully going to turn out all right.
Awesome. My weekend's been fairly productive. I went on a hike on Friday afternoon, and then we started this project of we've got a bunch of stuff in like a storage locker, and we got a burr up our butt and decided that we should change all our boxes over to like plastic totes because it's just safer and it'll keep our stuff nicer. So we've been little by little like bringing this stuff back to our condo and like going through everything and purging and reconsolidating into these plastic totes. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost done. So I've been doing that this weekend. But like it's an overwhelming task. So it's one of those things that I can only do it a little bit at a time because I just get
a little bit at a time still gets it done, right?
Yep. Yep. I get stressed out and I look at the pile of stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, my daughter came down this week, and that's another thing that happened.
Oh, yeah.
She was going to try arts and crafts with me, and she wanted to paint, and she left me hanging in the room by myself. But anyhow, she just wants me to keep on painting, and now I've got her painting that is unfinished. but it's okay. When she's leaving, she's heading back to Wilmington right now. So she came in and said, "Bye, Mom." I was like, "You're not leaving in the middle of my show without giving me a kiss goodbye."
Nice. Well, I'm glad you had a good visit.
Yeah.
How's everyone else's weekend?
I'm currently flooded.
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 Did you get any hail?
Oh yeah.
Oof.
My road is gone. The bridge is gone. Everything is gone right now.
I'm glad you have power.
Yeah, I'm glad I live up on top of a really good hill.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Until I have to walk up it. Then
That
I'm
storm
just
was terrible. That storm was terrible. And when it came through here, we were at one of the ends of it. So I can't imagine somebody that got it full on.
We got the purple zone, we got the red zone, we got all kinds of pretty colors all over the radar. We got everything.
We got red and orange, but we only had it for like 30 minutes, but it was 30 minutes of my dogs are freaking out. I had to give them Benadryl. One
Nick
of them
and I
wouldn't
were
come out of the
spending the
closet.
whole night like, when are we losing power? When are we losing power? It's gonna happen. Somehow it didn't happen though.
And you're north of me, so it definitely went through. You guys had the bigger zone.
Yeah, I was going all day yesterday. And then up until 5 a.m.
Wow. Fresh, how was your show yesterday?
It turned out pretty good. Turned out pretty
Good.
darn good. Yeah, we got some good mixes. Ordered some radiant barrier for the attic, so spent a bunch of money. But
Nice.
you know, it's part of being a homeowner.
Yep. Sure is.
How do you like your house and setting it
love
all
it.
up?
I love my setup in here. I love everything. It's mine.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
so much fun. I
Just
love that
noticed
stuff.
those like the boxes, like the little tool boxes behind you that you've got some flavors in. I'm like, that's a good idea for some of mine. I should implement that. For a
Yeah, I
couple
got
of-
them at the I got them at the dollar store.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I've got a couple, like, I think it's my Wonder Flavors line. It's just, they're all like in one of those, if you see those blue boxes there, they're in one of those, just all like, I kind of have them in baggies based on like what letter they start with, but it's still like a shit show to go through
I'm-
that. Like,
I'm so clumsy. I have to have mine with covers and lids. Otherwise, it would be
Mine
more-
either has to be tiered. I don't know how you guys do multiple rows of things back. I can't do that.
I have to
Single.
see all of mine, so I put mine in that little shelf right there.
Mine are by company, and then each company has a box. So Capella fruit, Capella cream, TFA fruit, TFA cream.
oh, you still go by profile. Okay.
It's just fruit and cream and bakeries go in the
Yeah.
other one.
See, I do
Fruit and
alphabetical.
candies in one, and then creams and bakery in the other.
I used to do that, but I switched to alphabetical a while back.
Yeah,
I go by brand.
I'm still 100% stuck by profile.
Yeah.
I want a blueberry, pull out a bin, 20 blueberries
Well,
rather
it
than
makes it handy when you're developing a recipe.
for me it was more about not stifling myself, is that I don't reach for ones that I know as often because because I have all the ones that I haven't played with as much still staring me in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well, I
definitely.
have company and profile separated because otherwise I won't be able to find anything in this
I
pack.
just go
yeah.
by company, and then I'm staring at my Wonder Flavor wall for 5 minutes trying to find out where the fuck did I put my strawberry juicy.
Yeah, that's why I have it by fruit and creams and
not
bakery. It's a lot
alphabetical.
easier to find them.
My dad
For
got
me,
cotton candy jelly bean.
Well, those are easy. Those are all in the same spot. Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, let's what do you guys say we get into it?
let's do it.
Sure.
Do
All
it.
right.
Who do you want us to jump on first?
I don't know, Lumi, you got your handy dandy hat?
We haven't done
I
the hat.
lost that in the movie.
I'm feeling frisky. Jump on me.
Oh,
So this month I did every single one of your butterscotch torts.
okay.
So Jen's is 3% FA butterscotch, 5% Flavor West cake white, 0.5% caramel salted by Flavor West, 0.25% Flavora milk, 1% a shortbread biscuit. So I thought this is it's a really nice dark butterscotch, but the whole profile actually comes off a little bit light, is what I found, which was really nice. You got a great textured pastry. The dark cream butterscotch flavor was there. I love. I do the same thing myself with the butterscotches and caramels. It's just not the same if you don't put them together. It all came together quite. It came together almost like a butterscotch pudding, but not quite. It was almost like it was a little bit firmer. It was rich without going overboard, and Foment pointed out that there's a sweet almond note, and that's probably coming from the biscuit and the FA butterscotch, because I've always gotten a little bit of almond out of their butterscotch. Overall, really, really nicely done. I don't know that I would change anything about this recipe. I thought it was an absolutely lovely vape. I vaped my 30 mil tester down to the very last drop that I could get it to.
But maybe overall percentage go up for people that are light tasters.
I don't even think you needed to do that.
I wouldn't. Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
I thought it was great.
No, a lot of what Fresh is saying is dead accurate. The almond note is a little assertive for me. Not in a negative way. Like it's very present to me. But that's not bad by any means. The one thing that's been kind of clawing at me with it is I want to mix like a little bit of bourbon or something like that into it to just kind of dirty up that caramel.
Yeah, I get the dirtiness from the caramel itself. So, I mean, if I added bourbon, I would have switched it into some sort of tobacco. So I had a key. That's not happening.
I actually mixed this up. I haven't tested it yet. It's in my steeping cabinet, but I mixed it up the other day because I'm like, it looks good and I want to try it out. So I'm excited. Although I don't know how I feel about dirty caramel.
But I mean, I get that note from any caramel. So that's a me thing, not a real thing. So it's supposed to be a tort. I guess I got more of a cream instead of a tort, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Towards custard though, isn't it? It's just cream or is it custard?
No, it's just cream, milk, and sugar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I think you're pretty spot on for what you were going for.
Okay, just checking.
Is it my
Sounds
turn?
good. So then you both did that one, right? Yeah. So then it
Yeah.
Damn.
I did your red Gumby.
Oh, cool. I'm glad somebody did.
I bet that makes
Good.
Jennifer happy. She likes that one.
Cap 27 fish at 1.5. You used FA black currant at 0.5, FA caramel at 0.75, Cap lemon lime at 0.1, TPA raspberry at 2, and Flavoro red raspberry at 2.5. This is really good. I might have actually done twice the amount of lemon lime on accident, but it's whatever. At 0.1. But it's that lemon lime and the black currant do something to the raspberries and then make it. This is a really good like raspberry gummy chew, like you say, definitely raspberry gummy chew. And that caramel is working its magic in there somehow too. You
can't taste the caramel, can you?
Taste
You
the
know,
caramel at all. And I'm like, yeah.
and all that did was add the chewiness and the depth to that blackberry and like a little cream, so it gets the jelly in there. When you use it that low, it's perfect with those berries. So instead of adding a vanilla or any kind of cream, caramel has that tiny bit of cream, a little bit of sugar. It's dark sugar. It adds that high fructose corn syrup taste to the mix.
And which caramel was this again?
FA.
Mm-hmm. Is FA the only caramel that does that, or does any caramel work?
FA is the only caramel that does that.
Okay, I'll have to remember that. So FA caramel
FA caramel with black currant is the combo.
Okay,
so
black currant.
Those two together in any red situation creates that gummy flavored taste.
Okay, I'll have to remember that.
Worked really well. This was really good.
I know FA butterscotch is good to make like a commercial kind of honey flavor. So
Right.
I have to remember FA caramel with the black currant to make that a chewy
Red
gummy.
Mhm.
Yeah, nice.
And if you were to use FA butterscotch instead of the caramel in the same exact mix, it would have had more of a swirly kind of note to it versus a deeper, darker note.
You're doing something here. You're only using the Swedish fish at like 1.5%, and that can go up really high. But you're still getting this like Swedish fish raspberry gummy, but you're
Well,
doing it with other flavorings.
Well,
Other than
I was making the Swedish fish without the Swedish fish. The Swedish
Right.
fish is just there to add the little bit of authenticity
Mhm.
to it,
and that's
and
what.
and it's not the main player. It's just there so that you can still get the aroma from it.
Which is what I did when I did mine. I used that as my base and played off of that. But you did it, yeah. So
Yeah, I did
worked.
it. I did it the other way around. I did the old school before we had Swedish fish from Capella. I'm really happy with it. I've been vaping it for a while now.
Very nice.
Glad somebody tried it. All right. That's about it. You guys didn't have anything bad to say about me.
Who's jumping
That
in?
was
I'm off the
good.
hook now.
Painless.
Rarely, if ever do.
I'm off the hook now. Who's next?
I don't think Formant got to say all of his piece. Did he?
No, there really wasn't a whole lot to add after Fresh covered it. It's really, really good.
Right. I'll go next. Sure.
All right.
Emily.
So I've got Emily's butterscotch tort, which was the almost verified one. That one that time.
Yeah.
I was really confused for a minute, but that's all right. So it was hers. Emily was 2.5% Wonder Flavors butterscotch cream pie, excellent flavor. 2% Flavor West butterscotch ripple, 1% Wonder Flavors crumble topping, 2% Wonder Flavors flapper pie, 0.1% of the Flavor ginger snap, 0.35 VTA honeycomb, 1% SSA whipped cream. This was dark and unctuous. It's a great mix. Your ginger snap, you got just that hint of it took your the ginger snap kind of takes the mix and makes it just a little bit darker and adds like a little hint of spice to it. It's not something that if you're like coming off of cigarettes or you vape a lot of sweetener or something like that, you probably wouldn't pick that little bit of spice up. But if you're not vaping a bunch of sweetener, like you can pick up just that little hint of spice and it adds something kind of almost exotic to the mix. And it's really nice. The honeycomb obviously darkens everything up. It's a really good trick that Paul likes to pull. The crumble topping, obviously, anybody who's had Wonder Flavors crumble topping, it's absolutely wonderful. Really, it's a great cookie layer. It's a great crumble layer. It does a lot of different things in mixes. So really enjoyed that. Flapper pie and ripple. That was the first time I ever recall putting flapper pie and ripple together. And that's a really nice combination. I'm gonna have to remember that because you get that custard and meringue from the flapper pie, and then you get that little bit of like butterscotch ice cream going. It was really nice. The SSA whipped cream is a really nice whipped cream. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about the recipe. I mean, it's really that's a really tasty mix, Emily. I'm really happy I mixed that one up. It was probably my favorite one that I mixed this week.
Nice. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I got a little guidance from Paul there on that one.
You came clean. I'm glad you did because I recognized that trick. So
yeah. Normally, I try not to talk to anyone about any of the mixes we're working on because I don't want outside influence. But he actually reached out to me and started talking. I'm like, well, gosh dang it, now I have to try it.
yeah. Paul's full of great ideas.
He is. He really is. And yeah, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked really good.
Everything. All the little touches that went into this one were really nice. So
I was a little concerned about, or not concerned, but curious about the ginger snap. So I had done a couple different versions, and one of them, I made sure one was how everything else was minus the ginger snap. And while it was still really good and tasty, it just was flat, you know, and that little bit of ginger snap, it doesn't really add like an identifiable ginger, but it's just adds the depth of flavor that just I'm here for. I really like it too.
yeah, it's probably my favorite gingerbread flavor out there. I don't think it's a ginger snap at all. I think it's way too soft to be a ginger snap.
Yeah.
But it does add just there's a subtle spice to it that you really don't get from any other flavor. And I thought it really worked well to kind of just add something, like I said, kind of exotic to compared to everything else that I vaped this month. It just kind of separated it.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you liked it.
So I mixed, when I was mixing yours, I mixed it and I put it up, and I like came back to it a day later and I was like, what did I mix? Because I wrote it really funny on my bottle and that's all I saw. I don't know if you can see that. I did your donut holes.
Nice.
And let's see here. You did 0.25 Flavora avocado. This is a mostly Flavora flavor, Wonder flavor recipe here. 0.25 Flavora avocado, 1.5 Flavora butterscotch, 0.25 Wonder flavor cookie butter, 2% Wonder flavor glazed donut. Your trick, 0.75 Flavora kiniko soy, and then 0.5% of Flavora sweet dough.
This is just before you say anything. This has just been the month of like stealing from people, because my butterscotch tort was Paul's idea, or you know, the trick with the ginger snap, and the kanako soy and with the avocado is I took from Fresh.
Yeah, avocado
Well,
does really
speaking
good.
of stealing, it was Fresh's show that told me that listening him to talk about cakes, when he talked about that white cake, I was like, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use white cake. So it was Fresh's fault for me too. It might not be exactly how he puts things together, but it was the way he described the white cake. I was like, you know what? I think that's what that means.
Yeah.
So I didn't have Flavora butterscotch, but I had talked to Emily about what to sub, but Fidalgo came through and brought me some.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
so I was able to mix it and homogenize it with your Flavora butterscotch in there. And
Oh, good.
shout out to Fidalgo for that. But I got a sticky caramel butterscotch donut with a hint of nuttiness. And what I got from it was almost like, I don't know if it's the Kineko doesn't give me this on its own, but it was almost, I got like a coffee vibe because it was like roasted nuts. I don't know if it was the butterscotch doing that or what, but that coffee vibe that was off the first couple pulls, and that mellowed off into just like roasted nuts on a sticky caramely dough ball. I thought it was really good.
Good. Yeah, normally I'm pretty sensitive to coffee notes. Like, so anything roasted, like roasted Wonder Flavors roasted pecans or anything like a darker roasty thing I get, and I didn't really get it from that mix, but I can see where you would, because normally if it's something darker and kind of roasted, it does sometimes give you that coffee vibe.
It did, like, just for the first couple pulls, I was like, that's not right. And then I was like, okay. This is what I was odd, but yeah, no, this was really good.
Good. Well, you liked it.
Yeah. Good use of that Flavora avocado. I just want to say that's good.
Yes.
Adding mouthfeel and
yeah, I'm so glad I
juiciness.
listened to Fresh, because it gives you that kind of greasy mouthfeel that, you know, especially when you want like a donut or something.
Guys, it works great in peanut butters.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that with peanut butters.
Yeah.
Because that's what's lacking in you know, a lot of these peanut butter, like they taste like peanuts, but not peanut butter. And I think it's because they're lacking some of that oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, good job, Emily.
Thank you.
So I mixed up M's cereal sundae.
Yas.
Okay.
1% one Flavor West Fruity Flakes, 2% one-on-one Honey Puffs, 3% SSA ice cream vanilla, 1% TFA raspberry, 2% SSA raspberry syrup. And if I didn't already have the Fruity Flakes, I probably wouldn't have picked this one just because I know that's a fructose flavor.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's already in the cabinet. It's fine. I got to use it eventually. But the cereal note was really, really solid, and the raspberry syrup was really, really nice. And something is playing around with the ice cream to give it like a buttery undercurrent, and I think it's the honey puffs. But it was like, oh, okay, like, yep, cereal right up front, good, got the graininess and everything like that. It doesn't feel all washed out like it's just the flavor sitting on top of a cream. And then like really sweet vanilla butter, and then over into like a nice thick raspberry syrup. It was cool that it came in waves, but it was weird that it was punctuated with like
Butter.
Yeah, like if you've ever tried to make whipped cream and let it overturn just a little too long and it starts to pull that buttery note, it was like right there.
Okay.
But I smell it on the honey puffs, and I'm not super familiar with the SSA ice cream, so it's I feel like it's
cream vanilla is a bit buttery as well. So I bet the honey puffs is accentuating
yeah.
that butteriness. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. I killed the whole tester, and I was kind of bummed out when I hit the end of it, but I was like the whole time I was like, how do I fix this ice cream layer? Because I want parts 1 and 3
Yeah.
really badly.
Yeah, probably a lighter ice cream would work, or like not even an ice cream, but like maybe like one-on-one cream milky undertones instead of vanilla ice, ice cream vanilla would probably work.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if taking something like TFA's ice cream, as long as you're not a pepper taster, and just letting that cheap soft serve kind of thing
No, because TFA's
work in the
ice
middle.
cream is kind of buttery too. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
see it's always read to me very much closer to ice milk than ice cream, like the lower fat content soft
really?
serve.
Yeah,
okay.
I've always gotten the same thing. So yeah, I
get
think
And for
pepper.
me, I get almost close to like Liquid Barn, like a dense, buttery, like ice cream. That's weird.
No, I've always kind
Yeah.
of tried to describe the two as like TFA is when you grab the cheapest ice cream that the store has,
Yeah.
and Liquid Barns is like when you grab the Ben and Jerry's or the Haagen-Dazs super high fat content, really creamy version of ice cream. Like
Okay.
that's
Well, if
kind of
if
lean
you
one
decide to
direction or
mix
the
it
other.
up again and play with use TFA instead, let me know how it turns out.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, it'd either be the ice cream or the honey puffs I'd want to monkey with, but like the graininess is coming through. I don't know that Cereal 27 wouldn't take it too far in that direction and drop some of the sweetness.
Mhm. Yeah.
So probably moving to a cheaper tasting ice cream would help balance that out.
Yeah, probably. Cool.
So who's next?
Yeah, who's the next victim?
You can do mine. I don't care.
you want one of you guys want to go first, or I can go first again.
I'll do it. I did Rin's. We'll keep with the theme. I did your ice cream monstrosity. And we talked recently and you told me to double it. And I said, meh, maybe I will. Well, I did. I doubled your recipe. So you did, I think, yeah, this is yours. So you did 1% TPA berry cereal, 0.5 SSA vanilla ice cream or ice cream vanilla, 0.25 SSA peanut butter, 0.5 SSA raspberry syrup, 1% strawberry cheesecake by Wonder Flavors, and then 0.5% Wonder Flavors vanilla ice cream. So I doubled all that. I think this was really good, and it reminded me a lot of my version, but I used TPA ice cream and different percentages and stuff, and no peanut butter. But that peanut butter really did give that like Captain Peanut Butter Crunch vibe to the whole thing. I really enjoyed that. For me, the raspberry syrup, the strawberry cheesecake, the ice cream, and the berry cereal all kind of like the berry cereal was there, but the cheesecake and the rest of it all kind of molded together to form, versus like being, oh, there's ice cream, oh, there's strawberry cheesecake. You know what I mean? But that wasn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing at all. That worked really well. I really enjoyed vaping on this a lot. Like I said, it reminded me a lot of mine, just different ice cream vibes, and it had that peanut butter note in it. And then the strawberry cheesecake was blended a little bit more into the rest of it. But this was really good. Shout out. Yeah. I like how that peanut butter somehow worked with the berry cereal, and that actually keeping it low at like 0.5% for me even still worked out. So cool.
Yeah, it was kind of too basic without just something extra, because before I added that, it kind of just tasted like those strawberry shortcake bar thingies, which is fine, but I figured like people would be pissed. Like, oh, you just concentrated on that. It's like, no, I tried to put I mean, there's a lot going on there, so, you know. But I figured, ooh, maybe a little peanut butter to give it more of a Captain Crunch vibe. So, yeah.
It worked. Definitely gave me that vibe.
Hi, ST. I didn't see you. That's the first message I've seen. Hi.
We have it on top chat or live chat.
It's on live.
How much peanut butter was used?
She used
0.25%,
but I used it I doubled it at 0.5%, but even there, because when I want a good solid peanut butter note, I'm using that up at 1 or 2%. So myself.
So you did, I'm sorry, you did 2%?
I doubled it. I doubled her recipe.
It.
So it was just 0.5% in the recipe.
0.5%. And that was enough to kind of give that peanut
It
butter.
I could taste it. Yeah. And it gave me that, you know, with the only other cereal in the recipe is the berry crunch, but it worked with that in a way that
nice.
The peanut butter vibe with the berry crunch vibe is what gave me like, oh, but which is funny because you can't buy, I don't think you can, Captain Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch and berry crunch are two completely different cereals.
Yeah.
So, but it worked.
Or both in a bowl.
I don't think you can get peanut butter Captain Crunch with berries. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Not that I've ever seen.
Like they do a special blend once a year or something.
Get the peanut butter one and get the oops all berries, and then just
there you
smash
go.
them
And just mix them
with some ice cream, some good berry ice cream in there. Yeah.
I recently had a Benny and June milkshake, which is peanut butter and Captain Crunch cereal.
Oh,
it's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, it tastes almost like a Butterfinger.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The Captain Crunch, just like the normal cereal. Yeah, I can see that being good.
All right. Once again, I did the butterscotch torte. Did you want to go, man?
No, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So this is 1% Flavor West butterscotch, 0.5% crumble topping, Wonder Flavors, 1% cap sugar cookie, 1% Vape Train toffee ice cream, 1% Flavor vanilla pudding. And I really liked how that the toffee ice cream, the vanilla pudding blend up. That's a really solid ice cream. That's one that I made a note to keep track of for later. I thought it all blended really well. The cookie layer had a nice texture. If I had done it, the only thing I really would have changed about your recipe, Rin, is I might have gone with the Wonder Flavors sugar cookie instead of the cap sugar cookie. Just give it a more defined kind of cookie layer and make it a little bit darker and a little bit slightly more complexity. But this turned out really nice. I liked, like I said, I really enjoyed that ice cream layer. Crumble toppings, delicious, so you get a really good cookie. And I enjoyed the texture that I got out of this. I was a little bit surprised that I got as much as I did with as low as the flavors were, but I vaped enough of your recipes and enough of your style to be able to pull the notes pretty darn well. And the butterscotch and the toffee ice cream are obviously going to go really well together. But I was surprised how well that vanilla pudding blended right in to give you this kind of give you almost like an ice creamy vibe rather than a true kind of torte vibe. But I dug it, and I finished the tester on this one too. So I thought it was really well done, and I only had the note for the one minor changes. I might have changed out for Wonder Flavor sugar cookie instead of caps.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That
So I mixed up the punchy gummy. I mixed it just as Rin's recipe, didn't double anything. So 0.5% Flavora citrus soda, 0.2% Flavora cranberry, 0.25 Mullenberry jelly candy, 0.5% Wonder Flavors pineapple candy, and 0.25% Wonder Flavors raspberry jelly bean, and is really good. The biggest thing I would say is I get the pineapple a little more assertive than anything else. The pineapple and citrus kind of cuts through, and it's almost like a white gummy bear, but then has like the cranberry comes through with a little bit more vibrance, a little bit more tartness, but it kind of reads mostly white gummy bear, and then like one or two real nice tart red, not actual things that I've ever found in a pack of gummy bears hiding in the pack.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, I'm still vaping it right now, actually.
Where
So I'm like, let me hit this real quick.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I was actually gonna mix that ice cream monstrosity, but when I was speaking to Rin in advance of the show, she said she was really proud of the gummy, and I said, well, I'm making an order either way, so I'll get the two I'm missing. Let's do this, and I'm glad I did. It's something that I would like to see in a candy.
It's interesting because I don't get a whole lot of pineapple from it, but I don't know, my tongue's kind of fucked up, so
I mean, with how low your percentages are, an errant read by 0.1 or 0.2% might be enough to skew it, that the pineapple presents a little more aggressively than the cranberry for me. And getting 0.25% raspberry on a 10 mil tester is a trial.
but you haven't mastered the half drop yet, Jesse.
Oh, the get it to well up on the tip and then kind of
then
tap it against the side of the bottle and hope.
Yeah.
just blow on it.
Or
It's
the
fine.
old rich cinnamon stir with a toothpick that's been dipped in it. Yeah.
Fingers crossed for Jen. She just lost power.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
How did I not lose power and she just lost power? I lose power to like a small breeze normally. Maybe they got tired of me calling and screaming at them and they finally just fixed our lines.
Well,
I guess I'm next.
I was gonna say, yeah, good thing that Jennifer went earlier, so hopefully she's okay. And now we have Lumi, last but not least, the lovely Lumi.
All right. I guess I'll start it.
Go.
So Lumi, I did your butterscotch torte.
You.
Huh?
Me
A
too.
surprise.
Finally.
So this is butterscotch ripple at 1.23, TFA caramel candy at 0.97, Cookie butter by Wonder Flavors at 0.78, marshmallow gooey at 0.99, marshmallow vanilla one-on-one at 1.32, and sugar cookie by Wonder Flavors at 1.94. So your butterscotch, I thought could have gone, I think you probably could have gone a little harder in the paint with this one. I think you probably could have pushed the butterscotch ripple up to like 3%, and it probably would have like really kicked the recipe up a notch. But it did have really good mouthfeel, of course, because you've got those two marshmallows layered in there along with that sugar cookie by Wonder Flavors. So you get a really nice texture. The other thing I wish is that the cookie had gone a little bit more complex on this one. I don't mean to sound negative on this one. I think this is just a case of it's a good recipe, but you really could have gone for it and pushed things just a little bit harder and added like one more ingredient, and it would have been a completely different recipe.
Yeah, I've never actually had a torch or whatever it's called, so I was just trying to mix what I saw.
Yeah. Yeah, and I totally get that. I totally get that. The cookie butter was a nice touch, covered up a couple little things. It gives you that nice little bit of butter flavor in there. But yeah, next time, just life advice for next time. If you're going for like this profile, like just kind of put your foot on the metal and fucking go for it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in perfect alignment with you there, Fresh. It was quite soft and mellow, and then I looked at the ingredients and I was like, that's funny. It's marshmallows. I was like, what is this? I had to look at it again. I was like, what am I picking? Oh yeah, no, it was soft and mellow, but I got a light, like good mouthfeel caramel, but with a soft cookie in the back. And I agree. I think you could have pushed stuff a little bit harder. It's very soft, but I got the cookie in the back. The notes are there. So if you like softer mixes, this is probably something you'll really enjoy, like Lumi. I'm telling your mind palace to go a little harder next time, but no.
Maybe you guys will just have to do what you do for Ren and just up some notes, since I'm a super taster for some things.
Well, it's not like that with all of your recipes. This one.
Yeah, it's not all of your recipes. I think, yeah, you totally would have, like, if you would, like I said, like 3% of the butterscotch ripple, and then layer in another cookie, like it would have been.
Yeah, that's it. Everything's kind of there. But yeah, I echo what Fresh said. It's mellow, but it's good.
Yeah, it was good.
We'll see what happens if I kick it up. I thought
I
I could taste it pretty
at like 4%. Like I go crazy with it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sensitive to butterscotch. I think it's like the same thing with like fruits. It's always that side note. I'm blind to desserts. But then when it comes to like the really sweet side things, my mouth just. All right, who's next?
All right. Well, I did your sweet bears and thing. So 2.67% Wonder Flavors gushy fruit candy, 0.37% Flavora jammy berry, 0.74% Inawera shisha strawberry, and 0.86% Jungle Flavors sweet strawberry. And I mean, it's kind of like the bog standard idea for what you'd want with a red gummy bear, right? Is just a really punchy strawberry. And I like it. I like what's going on here. I think for me, I would probably almost omit the Jungle Flavors sweet strawberry and just let the shisha strawberry take the wheel, because you can comfortably use that up to like 3% and let it just get syrupy and like that fakey Nesquik strawberry kind of thing. And with the gushy fruit and the jammy berry, I don't see it having any trouble holding up as a candy. But I don't have anything I'd complain about with it. I mean, for 4 pieces, and they're all really accessible flavors that all have, you know, a myriad of uses, this is rock solid.
Thank you. Oh. I love making you guys read my weird percentages.
I had people give me grief about using like 2.7 for a bunch of stuff. They're like, why aren't you using like 2.5 or 3? And then I look at these, I am fully justified in every weird thing I've done.
I fluctuate between like the 0.25 range and the 0.2 range. Like it's either 2.468 or it's 2.5575 usually. But there's a lot of stuff you can't do that with.
Well, you're safe to do it on Vixens because I read your recipes.
Yeah,
So
I got to remember that.
Appreciate that.
I get insulted when I see normal percentages and I have to read these. I'm like, what the fuck? Couldn't anybody throw me a bone here?
Then I do it and you still get mad.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you did that once. You're like, these are barely fake numbers.
Maybe. Who
It
knows?
was 1.01, 1.99.
Oh yeah, you
Not
cheated.
even real.
Cheated, yeah.
Does she even mix? Just kidding, Lemmy. We love you.
Oh, great job this month.
Yeah, there.
Half, ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been kind of a crummy week here, so I've really enjoyed vaping all this butterscotch.
Yeah. You picked a good, good profile to test everyone's mixes. That's a neat idea. And of course, you know, butterscotch. Who doesn't love butterscotch?
Well, so, I mean, that's a great thing about coming on a show like this. Like if I decide to do a different recipe for everybody, that's all fine and dandy. If I decide to do the same recipe across the board for everybody, you get to taste all the differences, and
Yeah.
everybody's mix was complete. They're all completely different, all just completely different takes. You know, obviously that, you know, like crumble topping made its way in, and Flavor West butterscotch and Flavor West butterscotch ripple were, you know, kind of omnipresent. But it was, you know, it was really nice to try all these different profiles and all the different takes on what people were doing. So
That's cool. Yeah.
that's why I love coming on.
I love doing stuff like that,
me.
you know, and just experimenting and trying to see the differences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, all four of you did an exceptional job again this month. I expect nothing less when I come on, because I expect just really, really great recipes from all of you. So all of you did a fantastic job again, as per usual.
No pressure.
Very cool. Well, we
I'll see you on
appreciate having
Tuesday.
you guys all on. I know for Jesse and Fresh, both, there was really short notice, but you guys are rock stars and was able to pull it together to come on. Hopefully next time, the next review show, we're gonna give these boys a break. Sam will still come on. Sam's a regular. He's not getting out of it.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll have Will back, and I think ID10T might be coming back.
Oh, get ready for it.
He was supposed. This is why you guys are short notices. He was supposed to be here today, but you know, he chickened out. That's okay though. But yeah, so he'll be here next time. And just want to let you guys know, next weekend we're taking the weekend off for Easter, and Jen's will be out of town. So we'll start the new cycle the week after, which will be on the 11th. And the profile is a blueberry kind of crumbly pie looking thing. James has a picture of it. And it was, do you know who was submitted by Rin? Rin picked it.
Like
Yeah, it's not listed, so I don't think we know who submitted it, but it looks tasty.
Soaked in icing and
yeah, I'm really excited to give this a go.
yum.
So it'll be fun. But yeah, that'll be on the 11th. So next weekend, no show. And
You got 2 weeks to do a recipe.
yeah. Yeah,
I
we
might
got
actually start
Yeah.
working on this one fairly early so I can make all of the variety of ideas that I have.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a bunch of versions just so I can vape them all because this just looks like a really good profile.
And I want to work on trying to get to that for sure. Fried, eggy looking crust.
Yeah.
I'm going on a mission for that.
All right, guys. Well, if you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, there's a couple places you can check out our one-shots. Zippy put the link actually for DIYFlavorChaser.com. Thank you, Zippy. Or FlavorJungle.com. We also have one-shots over there as well. We would really appreciate it. And we just want to give a thank you to Favor and Bull City. You guys are always helping us out and our friends of the community. We really appreciate it. Wayne, thank you so much for putting us on your podcast network. And we will see you all in 2 weeks. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Goodbye.